Hello, my name is Emma, and in today's video, I am going to teach you about the difference between know and meet. This is a very common mistake I hear many students making, okay? I'm also going to teach you about the difference between meet with, or meet up with, okay? And this, in case you're wondering, is the past tense of meet. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about know, meet up with, and meet with, and what are the differences between those different words. So let's get started. So I have here 4 sentences. I knew Chelsea last week, and knew is the past of know. I met Chelsea last week. Met is the past of meet. I met with Chelsea last week, and I met up with Chelsea last week. Do you know what the difference between these sentences are? Are there any ones that have a mistake in them? Or are these all good sentences? Okay, so take a moment, think about it. Okay, so let's first look at the difference between these two. I knew Chelsea last week and I met Chelsea last week. So I have here some pictures. Pictures can really help you remember things, and they can really, help make a point, a stronger point. So let's get started over here. We have meet, which is now, and the past, which is met. I have here 2 people. These people do not know each other. It's the first time that they are talking, okay? They don't know each other. So what do they say? They say, nice to meet you. We use meet when we're meeting somebody for the first time. We use meet with strangers, okay? So these guys, they don't know each other, and now they are meeting for the first time. Okay, so these 2, we could say they met last week, meaning the first time they shook hands, hi, nice to meet you, was last week. Now compare this to know, or knew, which again is the past tense. We have here 2 friends, okay? We can call them David and Ken. They're friends forever, okay? They've been friends for a very long time. In this case, they know each other. They have history. It's not they're meeting for the first time. No, they met a long time ago. So if there's history between 2 people, they know each other. If there is no history between 2 people and, it's their first time shaking hands, saying, nice to meet you, they meet each other. Okay, so this one, we would never say, this is a mistake I hear a lot. A lot of people will say, oh, it's nice to know you. We don't say that. Okay, because know means you've met the person a long time ago, and you have a history together. For this is the first time. We would use meet, not know. Okay. So another thing I wanted to say on this is a lot of the times you want to talk about how long has somebody been friends with somebody, or how long has somebody had this person for their teacher. So what we usually use is the present perfect. So we often say how long we've known someone. Okay, so known is the past participle of know. So what you can say is if somebody says, oh, how long have you known your husband for? I've known my husband for 10 years. How long has Dave known Ken for? Dave has known Ken for 5 years. Okay? So again, this is asking about how long is your history? How long have you known each other for? Again, this is key English. It comes up a lot in conversation. When you meet somebody, and there's like a couple, you often say, oh, how long have you known Bob for? How long have you known Jennifer for? Okay. So now let's look at some of the differences with meet with, and meet up with. Okay, so quick question to you. We've just gone over the difference between know and met. For these two, I knew Chelsea last week. I met Chelsea last week. Which one do you think is correct? Well, if you said number 2, I met Chelsea last week. That's right. Oh, okay. I met Chelsea last week. This one is correct because usually you know somebody for a long time, and we usually don't use knew because it makes it sound like the person has died or that you don't know them anymore. So we usually use know or we use have known. We don't use knew a lot. So what you could say is, I have known Chelsea since last week. But if you're talking about like meeting, first time, we would use met. I met Chelsea last week means nice to meet you, Chelsea. Nice to meet you too. Okay. So in general, what you're looking for is met for a first time meeting. Now let's look at these other sentences and how we use them. Okay, so we've talked about know, meaning you have a history with somebody, and we've talked about meet, meaning for the first time. Now, what's the difference between meet, meet with, and meet up with? Let's look at that now. So I told you before, meet has to do with strangers meeting for the first time, or maybe they've met a couple times, but they don't know each other well. Each time they see each other, oh, it's nice to meet you. So for example, this isn't true, but just for this example, I met Taylor Swift twice. This means Taylor Swift has no idea who I am. Or maybe, just at that meeting, we say, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Emma. What's your name? Oh, I'm Taylor Swift. And then we see each other maybe a couple years later. Oh, it's nice to meet you again. But we don't know each other. Okay, we don't have history together. We've only met 2 times. Now compare this to meet with. Meet with is when we're talking about usually a business situation or some sort of formal situation where we're talking about some sort of serious matter. Okay, so for example, I met with my professor today. Or tomorrow I will meet with my boss to talk about our company. Today, I had a job interview. I met with some people about the job. So we're usually talking about formal situations when we use meet with, or again, this is the past, met with. Okay, so notice there is no with here because it's the first time. Here, there is with, and it just indicates a formal meeting. And for this one, it doesn't have to be the first time. Maybe you've met with your boss 100 times before. So it has a different meaning than this. Okay, the next one, meet up with. So meet up with is another way to say hang out or do something social with people. It's fun, or it should be fun, okay? So usually it's with friends, it can be with other people too, but when you meet up with somebody, it's not a business meeting, it's not formal, you're meeting for fun. So for example, I met up with my friends tonight. So this is why people get really confused by these things, because when we just have meet with no prepositions after, it indicates a first or second meeting where you don't know the person. For meet with, it indicates some sort of formal situation, whereas meet up with is about a fun situation. It's pretty much saying, I'm hanging out with somebody. I met up with my friends tonight. I'm hanging out with my friends tonight. Okay? So we've covered a lot in this video. We covered the difference between know and met. Remember, know is you have a history with someone. Meet is, you're pretty much strangers. We covered meet versus meet with versus meet up with. So this is a lot of different concepts and different vocabulary to remember. So what I would like you to do is come check out our website at www.engvid.com, and there you can take a quiz to really practice the differences between these 4 different words and phrasal verbs. So I invite you to come check out that website. You can also subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of different resources there on grammar, vocabulary, IELTS, TOEFL, pronunciation, speaking, all sorts of different things. And we also have a lot of great resources on engVid as well. So I hope you check it out. Until next time, thank you for watching and take care.